Right, so DC previews for next month. I'm doing it this early in the month because I'm going on a bit of a break. I want to spend the rest of the month concentrating on Christmas stuff. So this is probably going to be the last video of the year, and we're going out with a bit of a disappointing, not quite bang, but you know, I can make a preview issue video exciting. I wore a Christmas jumper. I made somewhat of an effort. So, you know, snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. 'Tis the season. Love and understanding. Merry Christmas, everyone. You know, shooby-dooey. So we're going to talk about what's coming out next month from DC. I'm not going to make a Marvel one of these just because I couldn't pick up the Marvel one. I know that they've got the solicitations probably on the internet somewhere. If you want to look them up, do so. But as for me, I just, let's be honest, these are never the best performing videos that I do, so I don't think many people are screaming for the Marvel one, and if anyone is, then, you know, I'm sorry, I just couldn't get my hands on that issue. But I will do one for February, because February is a very exciting one. But if you must know, Ultimate Spider-Man starts next month, so if you're interested in picking up that book, it's Jonathan Hickman and the Marco Tichetto on art. It's probably going to be brilliant. It's probably going to be amazing. I've already seen what they've got planned for number 2, and it looks pretty interesting. And also, Ultimate Black Panther starts in the February, but we'll get to that. In that one, I'm actually more excited for Black Panther than I am Spider-Man, but it means I'm going to be getting a Spider-Man book now, so that's the thing. But DC, the first thing that we've got is a reprint of Batman issue 428, but this is the Robin Lives variant. So this is the issue where they killed off Jason Todd. It's getting reprinted, but they're printing off the alternate ending of what if the vote went the other way and Jason Todd survived. Essentially, it would have been no different. We probably wouldn't have a Red Hood, but you know, I'm pretty sure the way it's gone is probably better for everyone, because, you know, Red Hood is some people's favourite. You know, there are people that really love Red Hood, and I wouldn't want to take that away from anyone. Me personally, I think he's alright. I don't think there's been a story about Red Hood. He's very much like, he's basically the same as the Winter Soldier, and the whole idea of there hasn't been a good Winter Soldier story since the introduction of the concept of the Winter Soldier. There hasn't been a good Red Hood story since the introduction of Red Hood. We've also got Action Comics 1061, coming very close to my subscriber count, 1069. Can someone please, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button to get me off of that silly number. I appreciate everyone, all 1069 of you that are subscribed, but I would like it to change and ideally go up. Written by Jason Aaron, art and cover by John Timms. I haven't heard of that name before, but hey, the cover looks great, and you know, that cover, it's the same artist on interiors as well, so I bet it's going to be good. This is going to be a crossover event thing, so, I mean, I don't read Action, and I haven't started Superman yet, so I'm not sure what that's going to be all about, but I think Bizarro is in it. They do it. Apparently what Superman is leading up to is this big, like, Lobo world, or, like, Fight Planet Lobo event, and maybe that's kind of like a springboard to Planet Lobo, or maybe that is the Planet Lobo thing. But yeah, I don't know. Trinity Special #1. I'm not reading Wonder Woman, so I have no idea what this is. Apparently it's about her daughter, and kind of introducing her to the Super Sons. I don't know if I like that idea, but also I'm not reading Wonder Woman, so what does my opinion mean for anything? Titans Beast World #4. I haven't started the event, but I am as caught up with Titans as I possibly can be, and I'm excited to get into that because from all I know, it seems like a good event, and it's doing events correctly, and it's doing events the way I like events doing, where it doesn't cross over or tie in to too much, if anything. Titans Beast World #5 and #6. Is this a weekly thing then? Or, yeah, it's got to be a weekly thing. But only 3? Is there only 3 weeks in January? No, surely it's like 4 or 5. But yeah, it must be a bi-weekly thing then. Yeah, we've got Titans Beast World 6, Titans Beast World Tour Star City #1. So for some reason, Green Arrow hasn't been turned into the animal version of himself. Probably because there's no obvious animal for him to turn into. Batman has turned into what looks like a dog. Sometimes he looks like a dog, sometimes he looks like a bat, and I'm not sure which is correct. But Titans #7 comes out as well. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I still have no idea why this is a thing, and I still cannot believe that it exists, and also I don't care. I'm not reading it. I've heard everywhere that I've heard somehow Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong is boring. Somehow. We've got Batman #141. It's a culmination of this whole Zur-En-Arr thing. I don't read the book, so I don't know. Batman Offworld #3. I feel like a lot of so far has been I don't read the book, so I don't know. But I'm not reading that much DC. Batman Offworld #3. I've heard it's okay. I'm not reading it. Batman and Robin issue 5. I've heard that Batman and Robin is actually pretty good. So yeah, if you're reading it, you're probably reading a pretty good book. Batman and Robin 24 annual. Weird that it's coming out in the first month of the year. Detective Comics issue 1081. If you're reading it, you're probably liking it, but I'm not reading it, so I don't know. Batman the Brave and the Bold, same story. If you're reading it, you're probably enjoying it, but I'm not reading it, so I don't know. Nightwing issue 110. Again, good on you, Nightwing, for making it to 110, but also, I'm not reading it. I don't know. But the cover is that meme of, like, the girl shouting, and then the cat is just like, eh. And then Catwoman issue 61. Again, if you're reading it, you're probably enjoying it. Harley Quinn issue 36. Nothing can make me care about Harley Quinn. Penguin issue 6. Again, nothing can make me read Penguin. Outsiders #3. I did want to check this out, but I think I've just got too much on my pull list at this point. Superman Lost issue 10. I've heard that that's quite boring. I don't know. I haven't been reading it. Batman Superman World's Finest. I've heard it's excellent, but I'm not reading it. But I do have to champion the book, and I'll probably get it in trade eventually when it's finished. And then the annual for that is coming out as well. Superman number 10, with the cover looking like Superman's looking like Clark has joined some kind of male stripper calendar or something. I mean, it's a great cover to turn Clark into a cowboy, but also he does look like a stripper at this point. It looks more akin to stripper Clark Kent than it does anything else. Wonder Woman number 5, I've heard it's very good, but also I'm not reading it. Amazon's Attack, I've heard nothing. The Flash, issue 5, this book is brilliant. Everyone should be reading it. If you watched my last video, you know exactly what my thoughts on the Flash are. It is fantastic. Speed Force number 3, it's either a companion book or it has nothing to do with the Flash. I don't know. I'm not reading it anyways. Green Lantern number 7, again, I've yet to start it, but I do want to get into it. Green Lantern War Journal number 5, the book is great. More people should be reading it. I really like what is going on with it so far. Power Girl number 5, if you're reading Power Girl, more power to you. Green Arrow number 8, apparently it's great. I haven't been reading it though. I'm just not a big Green Arrow guy. Sandman Wesley Dodds, Jay Garrick the Flash, Alan Scott the Green Lantern, and Justice Society of America. All books I'm not reading. DC Power DC Power 2024. I think this is the same as the Marvel Voices books, which I'm glad that it exists for the people that those books are written for, but it's just not for me necessarily. The cover looks great though. DC's How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 Days. Sure. 8 rom-com inspired new stories about love and trying to find it in the DC universe. Sure. The Joker and Harley Quinn Uncovered issue 1. That sounds like a porno. I'm sorry. The Joker and Harley Quinn Uncovered issue 1. Sure. Apparently it's just a bunch of the best covers of the Joker and Harley Quinn. They've also got a thing for Power Girl and a thing for Birds of Prey. John Constantine Hellblazer, Dead in America, issue 1. I'm sure that people are really into stuff like that. I don't have a big thing towards occult books in general, and especially John Constantine. It's just a character that never really spoke to me in a big way. I know that a lot of people are fans of John Constantine. I know that a lot of people were really into that show. When he went over into Legends of Tomorrow, a lot of people really liked that. Not my thing, really. And that is it for the DC previews in January. Always a lighter video with the DC books. Over with Marvel, I'm sure when I get back into the swing of things with those videos are usually always half an hour long. These ones are usually much shorter, just because there's a lot less of an output from DC. But I always feel like with DC and with the books that I'm reading from DC at this point, which is pretty much just Flash and Green Lantern, and Superman, the output is a lot more consistently good with DC. With Marvel, there's a lot more of a variation, a lot more of a zigzag. When it's good, it's really good, and when it's bad, it's Spider-Man. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see later on in the year if there's more stuff that I want to add from the DC side of things. And there might also not be. I don't know. There's also no Blue Beetle coming out in January, but it is back for February, so it is in the February preview issue. I hope that's an ongoing, not a mini, and I hope, even if it is a mini, I hope that it's a maxi series, not a mini series. I hope that it gets prolonged, because I just heard that Green Lantern got prolonged, or Green Arrow got prolonged to ongoing, and I think that Green Lantern War Journal book is an ongoing as well, or at least when the solicitations for next month said that issue 7 is like after the climax of of the first arc, so I take that as this book is ongoing. Great, that book deserves to be ongoing. It's really good. Also, Blue Beetle deserves to be ongoing because that character needs a break. The movie was excellent, and it should have been more of a break than it was. It should have been more like, yeah, this character deserves to be mainstream now. Yeah, that's really just about it. That movie needed to be a lot better, a lot more of a hit than it actually was, and it deserved to be, because it was brilliant. And more superhero movies should start looking towards that and being like, that's the tone that we need to be. But yeah, really excited for what's to come in January. The only thing that's probably worth talking about, worth like putting into a thumbnail or a title for this, is like Superman becomes a cowboy. Superman becomes a cowboy stripper in January 2024. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Again, have a good Christmas, have a happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.